The new Montale is finally out. This is called Beast Love. You have plum, pear, leather, cedarwood, musk, vanilla, amber. It's a pretty dense note breakdown. In today's Cephalabon contributor video, I'm going to tell you all about it. I'm also going to let you in on a very special giveaway opportunity, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin today's episode and I give you my thoughts on Beast Love by Montale, the brand new fragrance from the brand, I'm a huge fan of this brand and I own so many. I've acquired so many throughout the years, and this one is sweet, it's floral, it's a little spicy. Anyway, I'm going to tell you all about it. Before I begin the video, I just want to say that if you're a fan of fragrance-related content, and if you love smelling your best, hit subscribe, hit the bell. Also, please give this video a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. It would really mean a lot to me. So, this is a Cephalabon contributor video, which means if you want to participate in the giveaway, it's such a simple process. You just have to visit cephalabon.com. It's going to be the first link down below in the description box. And if you've done this before, you should already be a registered reader. Just leave a comment on the article. Leave a quality comment on the article. And that's it. Just make sure to check back on over to cephalabon.com on the date that's mentioned in the website, because that's when the winner is going to be announced. Listen, I'm a huge fan of Montale. Red Oud, Black Oud, Oud Cuir d'Arabie is one that always got a bit of a polarizing reaction from consumers, but there's so many Intense Cafe, Ristretto Intense Cafe. I love this brand, right? This one with the pear, the plum, the cedarwood, the vanilla, the amber. It seemed like it was going to be on the vanillic, gourmand, you know, warm, resinous, sprightly, citrusy, even fruity side of things. And having spent some time with it, I've been able to arrive at a verdict. I'm very excited to give you my thoughts. Let's start things off with a quick look at the presentation first. Now, right in the opening of this fragrance, what are you going to get? It's going to open up with this bright introduction. There's Sicilian bergamot, there's also plum and pear, and you're not going to get too sweet of an introduction. I know sometimes, especially when you think of other plum-based fragrances, whether it be plum japonais or plum and cognac by Scents of Wood, we tend to associate some fruits with having a sweet aroma. That's not necessarily the case here. Now, here's the thing. Yes, there is a sweetness, but it's residing in the dry down. So it's going to come from the vanilla, perhaps a touch of that amber as well. There are some earthy tendencies in here, but for me, it's not earthy at all. It's like 80% amber and vanilla, 20% earth, right? So you're going to get cedarwood, you're going to get vetiver. So it seems like this one is predominated by those sweet and ambery ingredients, which is good. I think as far as the timing of its release is concerned, you want to wear something that is not ultra heavy, but something that'll get you prepared for the autumn. And I think this does exactly that. And of course, you know, Twisted Lily, you can sample it there. You can purchase your bottle there. They are a fantastic place to pick up fragrances from, especially if you're watching videos like this and you're not quite sure how it's going to work with your skin chemistry or resonate with your personal tastes. At least Twisted Lily has the option to sample fragrances. Not all websites do that, and a lot of websites that do that won't have the fragrances that you want in stock. So with this being a brand new release, I think it's awesome that that opportunity is available to you. You are going to get that sweetness in the dry down, and it is quite base heavy as far as that's concerned. And the thing with Montale fragrances, and I'm going to take a risk by doing this again, they last such a long time. That is also the case with this one, 10 to 12 hours on skin. Now that plum, sort of a pear introduction dies out after about 15 to 20 minutes. And then you're left with that heart, which is a lot of earthy ingredients. But again, they're very nuanced, they're very mild. They don't steal the show or the proverbial spotlight in any way. As a matter of fact, it's namely the vanilla, the amber, and the musk that kind of conclude the composition, but also take center stage. I think you're going to like this one. If you're a fan of most of what Montale has put out, if you are familiar with the brand, if you have any degree of familiarity with the brand, you're going to like this one. If you feel like Montale fragrances are a hit or miss, I think this one is a must sample. I never recommend blind buying, but I think if that's kind of the stance that you're taking going into it, I would say sample first, right? You always want to err on the side of caution. And of course, if you are a fan of some of the heavier Montale fragrances, and I'm talking about like red oud, black oud, so on and so forth, I don't know if this is going to be your cup of tea. So again, at the end of the day, just sample, and Twisted Lily does have this fragrance in stock, thankfully. And Beast Love by Montale. It's an eau de parfum, but the sillage and the performance is nuclear, which is the case with all of these Montale fragrances. I always love that little charm that they have here on the atomizer. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. Now, first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, I really couldn't quite compare it to any other fragrance that I've gotten my nose on. Of course, when I think of PEAR, I think of Voce Viva by Valentino, Prada Paradox. When I think of PLUM, I think of Tom Ford's Plum Japonais or Andy Warhol, any number of fragrances. But, you know, trying to pinpoint it back down to one specific fragrance and to say, aha, this smells, you know, remarkably similar to this, I really couldn't do that here. As far as the longevity is concerned, 10 to 12 hours. Projection was pretty solid for the first hour of application, maybe hour and a half. It didn't become an elbows length scent until right around hour 7, a skin scent right around hour 10, 11, or 12. It's all going to be contingent upon your skin chemistry, of course. As far as the versatility is concerned, perfectly unisex, better for the colder weather, better for a dressed up scenario, and I think it'll appeal to anybody of any age. Again, these are just recommendations. Where would you love and where will makes you happy? And as far as the presentation is concerned, you know, the aluminum cans, you've tried one Montale, you've tried them all, and this thing is super light. It just feels like you can toss it out a window. I'm not going to do that, of course. I have a lot more respect for my fragrances. My final verdict on this fragrance is, I think it's a wonderful cold weather leaning fragrance, as is normally the case with Montale fragrances, unless we're talking about something like Soleil de Capri, which is a bit on the fresher, more citrusy side of things. But try it, check it out. I think it's solid. Thank you for watching. Links are going to be down below. Not affiliate links. I'm not making any commission. This is not a sponsored video. I did not get paid anything for this, but I love putting good fragrances on the radar, putting them on the map for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please drop a comment down below, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell, enable all notifications, do this, jump through this hoop, that hoop, and also make sure to enter the giveaway by visiting seflaban.com. I'm just having fun here. Thank you all so much for joining. I love you all. We'll see you tomorrow with a new episode. Bye.